The Season 21 patch notes just dropped, and honestly, I think they're better than what we expected. And I honestly predict that I'm going to be playing a lot more than normal. And probably some of the best news in all of this is that Apex Legends is going to be getting an upgrade to anti-cheat with the implementation of EOS Easy Anti-Cheat coming in Season 21. Now, of course, we needed this considering they had the hacks of ALGS. They've been having cheaters going crazy lately. Even his Watson had posted yesterday that about 30% of all Masters players eventually got banned because they were cheating. Now, like, this is getting out of hand, and of course that is a really big number and a really bad issue. Hopefully this new upgrade to anti-cheat actually works. So firstly, we got the new Legend Altar. We already knew, but if you haven't seen it already, the passive can basically interact with the death box to claim one item, kind of like a Loba ult, but you can only get one item and it cannot be a shield core. Also, tactical void passage. You can put a portal through the wall and just go right through it, or through the floor, and many other things. Ultimate void nexus. You can create basically a portal regroup point that all your teammates can interact with, and it'll open a phase tunnel back to that location. Also, upgrades for altar. Here we go. Level 2 upgrade options has an ultimate cooldown, reduce ultimate by 30 seconds, and void vision, extend highlights and see health bars after exiting your tactical. Then level 3 upgrade options give you an eternal nexus where the void nexus can no longer time out, and then the tactical cooldown, which basically reduces your tactical by 10 seconds. Solos takeover. We're so excited about this one, but obviously solos mode is coming, and many people are excited because it's going to be not only overtaking duos, but it's going to be around for quite some time, over a month and a half. And I think this mode is going to get so much engagement because it also has its new spin, right? It's going to be pre-kitted weapons. No, well, you do have to loot, but it's not going to be normal looting. Then also you get some respawn tokens, so you can get right back into the action. I'm excited for solos. I honestly think this is probably going to be the main thing that I play over the next couple of months. Then you've got the Upheaval map rotation. So firstly, it's going to be Broken Moon. It's going to be King's Canyon. It's going to be World's Edge. I know a lot of people may feel a little weird about Storm Point and Olympus not being in the rotation, being that Olympus is a good map for pubs. Storm Point is a good map for ranked, but of course we'll figure things out, and I'm sure that hopefully the Broken Moon map update will be pretty good. One thing that you might need to know about Broken Moon, if you haven't seen the map breakdown, I'm not going to go through all of it because it's old news, but basically they updated a lot of choke points, a lot of different rotation opportunities. It's not just blowing up and POIs everywhere. They actually tried to make the map better, and that's one thing I appreciate. They actually tried to say, here's one problem that we have, so let's add a mountain to separate these POIs. Let's add new rotation opportunities through the map so that it's not just the same problem. You know, even with the new map update, we still have a map that we all hate. So hopefully fans start to actually like Broken Moon now. We'll see how that actually folds, but Apex artifacts are another thing that has been introduced. We've already talked about this as well, but Hypermist had shown on screen now what these things would look like in your hand. So I'm very excited about how these may look. I'm not excited about the price. And of course, there's a lot of controversy regarding exotic shards, and made mention of that a couple of videos ago. But let's dive into the official patch notes, the balance updates. Care package number 1, Wingman returns to the floor. Projectile size has been reduced to pre-care package values. Damage reduced to 45 instead of 50. The Skull Piercer Elite has been removed as well. The hipfire accuracy has been reduced. It now takes a boosted loader hop up and no longer takes magazines as an attachment. Devotion also enters into the care package. By the way, I think the Wingman may still fare very well inside the early states of the game, maybe not towards the end game. The Devotion will go back into the care package. I think this gun is definitely gonna be desired again. New reverse hipfire. Basically, its sustained hipfire will tighten accuracy instead of widen now. Damage has been increased to 16 instead of 15. Magazine size is increased to 54 instead of 48 at purple. Reverse ammo is now 324. Empty reload time significantly reduced as well. Then you've got gold weapons rotation, the Nemesis Burst AR, the Triple Take, the Peacekeeper, the Prowler PDW, and the Longbow DMR. You've also got guaranteed weapons out of loot bins. The first loot bin opened by an unarmed player, listen to this, I love this change, will always contain a weapon. The devs noted here that bringing Knuckles to a gunfight isn't the most engaging gameplay. So we're improving weapon acquisition consistency in the early states of the game. When completely unarmed, opening a bin will guarantee at least a low tier weapon. Praise God for that. I love this change, and honestly, they're addressing some of the fundamental issues I think Apex has had for a while. So really love this change. Shout out to the devs for that. Also, retrieving banners from death boxes got to change. I love this one as well. Collecting a banner will no longer lock the player out of critical gameplay action. So running, shooting, punching, and reviving will all break out of the banner collection animation while still registering as a successful collection. Players can immediately interact with the death box a second time while the animation is playing, or continuing holding the interaction button to collect and enter death box in one flow. Dev note here, It's happening. It's finally happening. I've died. You've died. We've all died trying to help our allies get back into a fight, maybe trying to armor swap after you pick up a banner, whatever the case may be. But at least now we can't blame grabbing the banners. Collecting banners is a positive action in Apex. For too long, we've punished that action with a brief moment of pure helplessness. We're putting your gun quite literally back in your hand, so get out there and save some octanes and wraiths. Also, they made an address on the survival items and support bins. Survival items now only spawn from a support bin tray if the team is in need. So their dev note is that too many survival items have been giving out, like, you know, it's just basically when you're not in need. So the frequency in support bins is now by only spawning them when players meet specific requirements, like needing a mobile respawn beacon and when you've got eliminated allies. So I love this change, and hopefully it actually works. I'm actually excited by how they're implementing this. You know, they're really making it almost like an adaptable game, and this seems like a Hunger Games type thing. So I really love these changes that they're doing. Now, weapons and attachments. Once again, 30-30 repeater has had a change. The Skull Piercer hop-up has been removed. Listen to this. The 30-30 has been dominating the mid-long range for a few seasons, and our adjustments weren't quite enough to dethrone it. Removing the Skull Piercer should create some space for other marksmen and sniper rifles to shine. Let's hope that's the case, because I'm sick of the 30-30 meta. It's been too long. Charge rifle also got some change, where the ADS recoil has improved and stabilized. Take a look at what they had to say here. The charge rifle remains as a high risk reward weapon. However, the risk slightly outweighs the reward. So we've taken a smoothing pass as its recoil. I don't like the idea ever of trying to make the charge rifle good again. So hopefully this does not work out, and hopefully the charge rifle doesn't come back into meta. Longbow also got some changes. These are a little bit lengthy. So Skull Piercer hop-up has been removed, of course. Barrel stabilizer attachment has been removed. Base recoil has been significantly improved, and projectile gravity has been reduced. ADS in and out time has been reduced as well. So I really like that, you know, you can start quick scoping again. The dev note on this one, it says, we've always considered the longbow a great entry level sniper that's easy to run. Over time, we've come to realize that being a good entry level weapon and requiring a lot of attachments to come online are at odds with one another. So simplifying the longbow's loot chase to make it more base level approachable is intended to improve its early game effectiveness and overall consistency as a sniper. Triple take got some changes. It now takes a boosted loader hop up. The triple take is a strong weapon on paper, they say, but it can feel a bit sluggish to maximize damage output. I don't know if the devs have been using a triple take, but that gun is still amazing. Providing quick reloads and extra ammo in the mag allows players to keep pursuing for longer with more chances to punish. I think the triple take is already good. I don't really think it was slacking in my opinion, but that's what the devs had to say. Hop-ups also, of course, we know that the boosted loader has been added to the loot pool and Skull Piercer has been removed. Now, here's the big one. The digital threat optic has officially been removed. Now, here's what the devs had to say about it. The Digi represents a sharp power spike in Apex, a single loot item that both counters and synergies with a specific legend. Its power ebbs and flows with a legend meta in a way that proves very difficult to tune. So we're giving the 1X Digi a hiatus while we investigate healthier optic based perks. Not gonna lie, I'm happy with this one. Also, legends got some changes. Arc Snare going to be changed to the left hand cast, so no longer stows your weapon or interrupts consumable use while launching. Phase Breach also inspired by some alter tech. Nearby enemies will be highlighted for players while traveling through the void. One thing I really like about these updates is they're trying to make the game less frustrating, and so the fact that you can actually shoot, revive, and do all this stuff while you're grabbing banner cards, and you can also do it while your Arc Snare is out, I love that it's going to be less frustrating to play with. Ballistic also got Whistler. Damage from a planted smart bullet has increased to 10 instead of 5. Also, the upgrades for Ballistic have changed, where the care package Insight has been removed. Then new Slingshot, which improves Ballistic's base sling weapon to a blue set at level 2 and a purple set at level 3. The dev note on this saying we're replacing a lackluster perk with something more interesting for Ballistic, especially for those players that like tapping into their sling weapons in non-ult scenarios. Bloodhound also got some nerfs, with the Beast of the Hunt cooldown being increased to 4 minutes instead of 3 minutes, and the knocks with ult active no longer extend duration either. Upgrades at level 3, the tactical cooldown one has been removed. The Taste of Blood buffed HP gain on knock to 50 instead of 25, and then the new Long Hunt knocks extend Beast of Hunt duration. So here's what the devs had to say about Bloodhound. The Beast of the Hunt has a lot of power backed into considering perfect vision through smoke, increased move speed, and a generous extension timer. We wanted to break that down to see if players lean into a specific playstyle and axe the uninteresting hidden power of decreased tack cooldown. Bloodhound synergizes very well with two of the most popular legends at the comp level, but we want to be mindful of the appeal the cross skill bands. We're not doing anything big to this approachable legend until we gauge the place at the top in a digi-free world. Catalyst also got changes where the piercing spikes cooldown was decreased to 20 seconds instead of 25. The long cast upgrade integrated into the base tactical. The Dark Veil got changes where the length has been increased to 45 meters instead of 40 meters. And then also the upgrades here. Long cast was removed. Long Veil was moved to level 2. And the new Pharaoh door basically rebuilds and reinforces missing doors with passive. So this is not just a specific, passive ability where it reticks it to like one punch. It's a full reinforced door, like basically if the door was brand new. Caustic also got some changes where the gas damage and slow now stops immediately after Caustic squad is eliminated. I love that change. And then the gas damage also ramps from 4 to 10 max instead of 5 to uncapped. The damage on knocked players down to flat 4, and it was originally 5. Conduit also got some changes where Radiant Transfer can no longer target a Revenant while Forged Shadows is active. When Revenant activates Forged Shadows, any temporary shield generation immediately ends. Revenant will keep any temporary shields generated before activating his ultimate. Upgrades though, battery collection has been removed for Conduit. Then a new backpack one has been added, which can stack up to 3 shield batteries per inventory slot, and this doesn't stack with gold backpack. So if you got both, I'm assuming you just get one. So the dev note here is that Conduit maintains a healthy pick rate. It's meant to be a strong support pick, and they don't want to do it even more after the last nerf. So Crypto also got some changes here with Neuralink. Neuralink traffic upgrade now integrated into the base kit. Squad count banners are now visible anytime the drone is deployed. Love this Crypto buff. And then the upgrades level 2, tactic and ultimate cooldowns have been removed. Network expansion moved to level 2, and new quick ping improved drone handling, faster excel and decel. Also upgrades at level 3, new satellite imagery, drone scan persists for an additional 1.5 seconds, and new hackathon cut the drone cooldown in half, gain a speed boost anytime he uses his ultimate or the drone is destroyed. When it comes to fuse, Big Bang has been removed. New Ringmaster has been added for ring consoles, and Scar Tissue has changes where simplified and buff damage to mitigation to remove lingering burn effects, and also take a flat 20 damage when crossing the mother load instead of 37, 50% of 75 HP over time. Reckless also fixed explosive damage mitigation, now being applied on continuous knuckle cluster hits, should only take about 32 damage from a knuckle cluster now with Reckless. Also, new Castle Mobile Shield throw animation speed has been increased to be 2.5 times faster. Castle Wall will now destroy incoming projectiles heading towards the front of the wall while energized, and it will not destroy projectiles fired from behind the wall nor bombardments from other legends ultimate projectiles. Castle Wall energized duration increased to 1 minute instead of 30 seconds, and the upgrade Stronghold increased energized duration to 3 minutes instead of 2.5 minutes. Octane also got some upgrades where Reckless was removed, Mad Hops moved to level 2, and Thick Skin now level 2 and 3 updated to take 5 less stim damage to reflect that it can be selected twice, and it was just originally negative 25%. Watson and Wraith also got some updates where the upgrades for Watson, Falling Stars pylons will now stop spawning arc stars after her squad is eliminated, and Split Circuit can no longer reduce the shield regen capacity. Wraith got changes where when you enter into the void and dimensional rift, nearby enemies will be highlighted for players traveling through the void. Then you've got map updates. Broken Moon Shattered, of course. We got new POIs like Cliffside Experimental Labs, Solar Pod, Spaceport, Quarantine Zones, Underpass. Breaker Wharf has been updated, new rotations to switch things up and keep squads on the move, and they added new possible ring console, survey beacon, and crafter spawn locations to World's Edge, Storm Point, and further evened out the probability of a prop spawning at any specific location. Then World's Edge also got added possible ring location spawns for Mirage and Survey Camp, and added a possible survey beacon spawn location to Survey Camp and Geyser. Storm Point also got changes where they added a possible crafter spawn location to Command Center, and added survey beacon spawn locations to the wall and unnamed POIs northeast of Checkpoint and the edge of the map east of Stormcatcher. Now, when it comes to modes, here's one thing a lot of people are not making mention of when it comes to solos. It's not going to be 60 players. It's actually going to be 50 players instead, and I guess it's because there's respawning and second chances and such, but this is going to be 6 weeks duos takeover, 50 players, second chance respawn. You'll automatically respawn once if you die in the first 4 rounds. Second chance converted to Evo if unused by the round cutoff. So if you don't die die at all, you will get an Evo bonus. So there is some incentive to stay alive rather than just immediately die. Also, battle sense, HUD indicator when enemies are within 50 meters, and then auto heals. I like the idea of this, but health regenerates out of combat and auto heals start after each kill. Additional adjustments to the loot pool, circle sizes, and round times to accommodate the solo play. I like that they're looking at this and saying, okay, maybe solos will work. Maybe Apex doesn't have to be a team-based game. Maybe if we update the way that solos is played and the battle royale format of it, then solos would work. I like that they're actually addressing the problem with solos so that they could bring it back. And then probably the last important thing is ranked. All players in a pre-made ranked squad must be within 3 ranks of each other, or they will not be allowed to progress to matchmaking. No tuning changes to be made to rank scoring for the launch of Upheaval. So they're going to be keeping the way things are. They said, while we're happy with how Breakout ranked was received, there's some feedback that we want to address for the start of Upheaval. As always, we'll be monitoring feedback and data for any required tuning changes during the season and many major updates required for the future. Also, the season reset is here. Where you ended in your last season of ranked will determine where you start in Upheaval. So if you ended last season in rookie, you'll be reset to 1 RP, basically once again rookie. If you ended your last season above rookie, you're going to be reset all the way down to bronze 4. Split timing has also been updated, where split 2 will now take place at the same time of the 0.1 patch, not a week after like it was in previous seasons. Upheaval also has some change to rank rewards. I know you're going to be excited about this. Your end of season rewards will now be determined by your highest rank tier you achieved during the season. Many people were upset because like they got masters and they lost it and they got diamond rewards. So maybe this will fix some of the problems you guys have been experiencing. Also, split rewards. Say your season end reward badge will be animated if you match or surpass split 1 rank and split 2 rank. If you do not achieve this, you will get the normal version of your badge. Also highlighted some bug fixes, some quality of life changes, including security improvements, some graphic improvements as well. So hopefully overall the game goes in a better direction this go round. Let me know what you guys thinking about the season 21 patch notes. I think honestly they're looking a little bit better than I thought. I think this season might actually be a W, especially with solos mode. I cannot wait to play. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. And do you like this season? What do you rate it out of 10? I'm going to give it a nice 8 out of 10 for now. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.